Good morning, everyone. Today I would like to share with everyone the relationship between Guanyin Bodhisattva and the other disciples. According to one of the very famous Buddhist sutra, the Brightness Thousand Eyes Guanyin Bodhisattva Sutra. This sutra explains Guanyin Bodhisattva already enlightened as a Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai. At that time of the Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai enlightenment, there is one disciple. He practiced very hard to follow this Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai all the way. As long as the Buddha traveled to anywhere, this disciple always followed this Buddha to learn the teaching, to seeking a path of cultivation. One day, there is one occasion, this disciple sincerely vowed to the Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai, I will sincerely to learn all the Dharma teaching from you. I will keep this practice from this life to future life until I enlighten. So, according to this Buddha Sutra explained, Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai was the previous body, previous life of Guanyin Bodhisattva. That very devoted disciple of the Buddha actually was a previous life of Shakyamuni Buddha. So, how can we explain and understand their relationship between Guanyin Bodhisattva and the Shakyamuni Buddha? Some people challenge and argue, say, the Buddha all self-awakened. It shouldn't be the one student or disciple of the other, because all the Buddha is a self-awakened, self-enlightened. So, how can we interpret this Buddhist sutra's meaning when we understand the relationship between Zhen Fa Ming Ru Lai Buddha and the previous life of a Shakyamuni Buddha? The theory is quite simple. We all know all the being, all realms of being, including Buddha, Bodhisattva, any being in this whole space, all have a self-pure nature. Does this mean since we have pure nature, we can just self-awaken, self-enlighten without any effort to contribute? The answer is no. So, then we can have this theory to support why in this Buddhist sutra explain that devotee disciple was the student of the Buddha. Let's give example. When the bee flying to the apple tree spread the pollen, the apple tree established the small apple on the tree. On the moment have this apple established, at the same time, the apple seed already inside of this small apple. A couple of months after, the apple get mature, and we can harvest this apple. We can cut it. We can shave the skin. We can cut the apple in half. Then we can observe the seed inside the apple. So this is the law of the karma. When the time you have the fruition, you have the fruit established, at the real time, the seed already planted inside of this fruit. So this theory applies to why Bodhisattva and the Buddha are the one body in two sides. Bodhisattva is the pre-stage of the final fully enlightened. You cannot separate Bodhisattva with final awakened stage as two different stages. No. It's all at a real time, seamlessly to transform, self-integrate, self-awaken progress. So it sounds a little bit complicated, But if you can observe the theory we can see in our surrounding, just pick an apple. The same theory apply. The fruition, the outcome is like a final enlightenment. But actually the final outcome of the final stage of enlightenment, pre-stage already have a long time of preparation. In order to harvest an orange or apple, maybe a couple months. But in order to harvest an outcome of self-enlightenment, the time frame is a million compass. It means infinite time frame. So it means when we see this Buddha enlightened as a Buddha, we only see the outcome. It's the same theory like we saw an apple. But in order to have the Buddha's awakened enlightenment, pre-stage was stage of Bodhisattva. So you will not so confused why the Buddha sometimes previous life was what name of the Bodhisattva. Because this Buddha and the pre-stage of Bodhisattva actually is just one coin, two sides. It's all the same one. So this theory can also explain why all the beings have a possibility and a potential to awaken and to self-realize, to rid of all the bad karma and accomplish, self-fulfill the final result of awaken. Even though Guanyin Bodhisattva already enlightened as a Buddha, but he chose a Bodhisattva form or body to deliver the Dharma teaching and show the path of cultivation to all the beings, because that is more accessible and also a skillful method to outreach to all the possible disciples who are seeking for this path of cultivation. This sounds a little bit complicated, but actually it's quite easy. It means you and myself, if we can follow on this path of cultivation, life after life, one coin, two sides, it means in this turn of life, maybe you are just ordinary lay cultivator. And the future life, next turn of life, you could make a vow to transform yourself as more devoted disciple, maybe become a monk or maybe become a nun. So, your this turn of life as a lay practitioner, next turn of life as a monastic member, is all the same alaya, the same mind database, carry forward to next life. And in the next life as a monastic member, you can continue to cultivate. First time of rebirth as another cultivator, the second time of rebirth as more senior and a more devotee cultivator, and the third turn of life after rebirth. Also continuous. It's like we study our academic skills. We begin from the elementary school. After we graduate from elementary school, we can advance ourselves to junior school. After junior school, graduate, can go to high school. After high school, can continue to university. After university graduate, can go to the master degree. After the master degree, then you can go to the final stage of academic accomplishment, achieve the PhD degree. Just use this very ordinary theory to expand, achieve the final enlightenment. For instance, like you accomplish a PhD degree. To complete the state of a Bodhisattva role, it's like you complete the master degree. But before you are able to self-awaken, self-enlighten as a Buddha, you need to go through all the progress of learning, self-transforming, and self-realization. Of course, in the meanwhile, you need to receive a lot of Dharma teaching. So this theory can help you to understand why Sakyamuni Buddha was a disciple of Zhen Faming Rulai. Zhen Faming Rulai was the previous life of Guanyin Bodhisattva. So I hope this explanation doesn't lose you, but this kind of understanding of accomplish as a final stage of enlightenment or self-awaken is not easy, just like I say. It requires a lot of foundation and a lot of merits and a lot of practice in order we can awaken our inner, pure, and true nature. So, in this kind of theory, if you can apply deeply, thoughtfully, then you will realize there is no conflicts according to the sutra text, their explanation. Because in the real practice, it's always one coin, two sides. Regardless in what time frame, time zone, it's always as within yourself. That's why it's so important. We need to cultivate our mind, to transform our mind, and to self-realize and awaken. Without this action of awaken, no Bodhisattva can become Bodhisattva. No Buddha can awaken as awakened one. It's simple like that. So all the engine, all the initiate is ourself. Is our true nature, our true alaya. It's simple like that. So according to today's video's teaching, it requires a lot of background information and knowledge. You are welcome to watch my past years of videos to realize how the Buddha become Buddha and how the Guanyin Bodhisattva delivery teaching to outreach to all the six realms of sentient beings, and why Guanyin Bodhisattva have so many different roles. It's all because the awakened ones cannot fully awaken without one critical element. What's this critical element? Is bodhicitta, the seed of benefit others, the seed of willing to awaken ourselves to benefit others. So I hope this explanation can help you understand. Through this kind of video exchange or sharing or teaching, it only can reach to a certain level of understanding of Buddhist philosophy. But in real actual cultivation practices, I encourage you to seek the local Buddhist temple, search for a good teacher, a good Dharma master to guide you, individual you, your pure true self can be slowly discovered and awakened. Because this will require a Dharma master as she or he is your refuge master. So need to guide your mind to transform. So that require a lot of tactical skills and a lot of dialogue, a lot of conversation. So whatever I share in the YouTube channel is more in general knowledge and explanation of Buddhist philosophy to help you discover on the path of self-awaken. Because when I use the language of English, say self-awaken, does not mean you will be awakened by yourself without other support or other Dharma master's guidance. It requires a lot of guidance on your actual cultivation practice. So when you face some question or challenge or confusion, you need to talk to your teacher or your Dharma master who give you the refuge. It's like the teacher and student's relationship. Maybe one day you will awaken, read all your bad karma, accumulate all your good merits, and that you can achieve final awakeness earlier than me. We don't know. So that's why we need to respect all the sentient beings in six realms, because we need to be more humble in order to reach the final stage of awaken. For instance, in the Sutra Hua Yan, there is one young disciple. he has been appointed to outreach to 53 different Dharma masters, teachers, to learn from those cultivators their heart essence of cultivation so he can fulfill cultivation. I wish you enjoy my short sharing of today, and I wish in the future you will join me more. Thank you.